Welcome to the Christmas edition of Ask the Fat Doctor, sponsored by Chot Your Size and powered by the Billion Pound Blitz. I am your host, T. Fox, along with NFL Network analysts and former NFL pro Jamie Dukes and Dr. Braxton Cosby. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Same to you. You look fantastic
today. Thank you. And my little get up over here.
Yeah, I like that. Little Santa's helper.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Right.
Little Santa's homeboy helper with a little Hawks thing on.
Yeah. There's a little homeboy feel
Spreading
to
a little
it.
holiday cheer.
That's right. And just to let you know about Ask the Fat Doctors, it is all about helping people get an understanding about how the diseases of excess weight affect our daily lives. And we're going to do that and have a lot of fun doing it. Coming up this hour, we have got a couple of different conversations. We're going to chat with Dr. Braxton Cosby about stats. He's going to tell you all about that, what it stands for, and how it can help you in making sure that you keep your weight under control. Also, we're going to be talking specifically to Dr. Jamie Dukes about genetic predisposition because I think you have a lot to say about genetic predisposition.
You know, all these
when
guys,
it comes to
these folks from academia, just sometimes they don't quite understand and don't have their fingers on the pulse of really what the problem is. Because this, I mean, in seriousness, this is a serious issue, and because sometimes people don't quite understand that it's more than just exercise and diet. And unfortunately, we've been kind of brainwashed, and I think it's out of ignorance, that you can control your weight strictly by exercise and diet and not look at how people's makeups.
Well, yeah, you know, so the question is, does genetics have anything to do with weight loss, weight gain, or sustaining weight?
Well, the fact, it's not even a question. It's fact, and we're going to tell you how it's fact. But the most important thing, though, as we talk about this thing, because, you know, something that I like to start the show off with all the time, Doc, is you talking about the baseline of how we get started, how we get an understanding of where we are with, you know, our weight and our situation. Talk a little bit again about stats and just give us a brief overview of what stats mean.
And this is something. Should I call you Doc or Dr. Cosby or Brax or what? What?
Doc. Whatever you want.
Doc. Okay, so Doc, this is something you actually came up with yourself, right?
Yeah, I was trying to compartmentalize a summary of what is wellness, health, and fitness, and all of that good stuff. So I came up with an acronym.
Compartmentalize.
Doctor words.
Trying to capture it all in something that you can take home, and it'll be specific to each and every individual on their own. And we came up with an acronym, STATS, which is STATS, and each one of them has a different meaning, but it all relates to your health and wellness, your physical well-being, how you feel, and actually how you measure up on what the norms are.
Okay, so what does we can start with the first S, and I think
this is the one that was real touchy.
Right,
let's roll right through all of them.
Okay.
Right, it was real touchy last week.
All right, well, we're going to go with the S, which was a two-parter. We talked about that.
I don't think it originally was a two-parter.
It was always a two-parter. It was always a two-parter.
This is a family show.
Yeah, that's right, and we're keeping it family.
Okay.
So the S was the sex, and it had to do with how much sex were you having. Of course, we definitely want to, because it's a family show, we want to push that whole in marriage kind of thing. We talked about how the more sex you have, the more people are living longer. Actually, now there's scientific research behind that. You know, more sex,
hang on,
living longer.
Apparently, our producer, he's not married at the moment. He wasn't sure about that in marriage.
Well, I noticed how much he started paying attention after that. He was going to sleep for a minute on the stats thing, and then you talked about the two-parter. He jumped right up, started messing with the dials and everything.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Go ahead. So the second part was, what is your sex? Are you male or female? Because we talk about males and females being predisposed to certain diseases, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis for females, and things like that. So you need to get an idea of that and some of the things that you might be exposed to as you go through the life cycle, and what you can expect as far as being male and female. You know, if you should start loading calcium and things like that, estrogen, all of those types of things.
Well, I guess that then kind of ties into genetic predisposition, but we'll talk some more about that in a minute.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
T is your total cholesterol count. Not T for T Fox, but T for total cholesterol.
Okay, gotcha. Just wanted to
definitely
make sure.
That's right. Definitely want to keep those numbers as low as possible. And we talked about last week triglycerides, HDLs and LDLs. HDLs being your good cholesterol, and your LDLs your bad cholesterol.
That sounds like rims to me, or something like, you know, some tire with HDL. Man, you get to set them HDLs.
You rolling on L's or dubs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Well, ultimately, we're going to get to kind of more. But
yeah, we'll break all of that down.
Okay, good.
Because it doesn't just add up of here's one number, here's one number. It's kind of a complicated equation, but the bottom line is you want to be under 200 as much as possible.
And we're going to simplify this, that we've got to find a way, because one of the things that, it's important, and I kind of joke about it, is that we got to find a way for people to understand you got to know your numbers.
Yeah.
And
but I think what you said is true, that we have to simplify. We got to get it to a place where it's really, really simple, because people, I think it just blows their brain back,
But that's why I like stats,
right.
And that's why I want to kind of keep emphasizing, because once people get a baseline of understanding where you are, then from there, I think we can kind of build upon it. And that's kind of what the reason, we put together Ask the Fat Doctors, is so that we could have this dialogue and get people to understand.
Right. And that rolls right into when we talk about how do I measure my activity, my level of activity. What I did with that is I wanted to really focus on things like blood pressure, like your baseline blood pressure. How does that is affected by exercise? How over time you can actually bring those numbers down with your blood pressure based on your activity level. Are you sedentary, somebody who's a couch potato, or that weekend warrior that goes out and plays ball on the weekend, exercises on a daily basis? Where do you level up with that, and what is your baseline?
You mentioned levels too. I hate to say this, but I wanted to kill my wife over her levels, her blood pressure. When she was pregnant, at the highest of highs, and we're pregnant and all the pressure that puts on her body, we going to the doctor and, doing all that thing. And we didn't do the Le Mans class, but going to the doctor, her blood pressure was like, 112 over 65. Here I'm taking every drug known to man, trying to, it's like I wanted to take my shoe off and just hit her in the head at her most pregnant moment. I would just kill for that blood pressure.
And then we go into T, which is just your training. Are you actively exercising on a weekly basis? Do you have a trainer? What are the type of regimens that are going to fit you the best?
Now, what about when you talk about training? Everyone can't afford a trainer,
right?
So how can they? What is the option for them?
Well, I think all the trainer really does is help to put together a workout that is specific to you and your needs. Are you trying to build up certain muscle groups? Are you trying to lose a certain amount of weight? And they're going to just help to kind of point you in the right direction. So maybe if you are limited in funds, you might want to go a couple of sessions first, get your goals out there, have them kind of do an assessment of you, and then point you in the right direction, and then you just kind of take that and work out on your own. It's definitely anything that doesn't have to be permanent, where you have to continually work out, but at least get somebody who can lay eyes on you externally, and then come up with a nice program that kind of suits you and makes you different from the next person.
Gotcha. Okay. And then the last S is?
And then spiritual. We talk about just spiritual wellness. Where are you spiritually? Where you're faith-based? So many religions out there. A measure of spirituality to me is not just about being religious, of going to church every Sunday just because, or on your Wednesday services, whatever. It's about spiritually. Where do you feel? Where is your well-being? And I'll talk about that thing. Definitely those types of things.
What was that?
Where is he coming from now?
I think he's.
No,
I think
he's trying to. Is that the voice?
Is that a friend of me?
Yeah. Was that the voice? Well, we're going to talk about genetic predisposition during our frenemy segment today.
We are.
And also we got today. I forgot to mention too, T. We've got Claude Mitchell's going to join us. He's the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. We're going to talk about some of the things that are happening as well. But I know we're running up against it. We're going to go to a break here in just a minute, T.
And don't forget, please submit your questions to askthefatdoctors.com, or follow us on Twitter at AskTheFatDoctors, or hit us up on Facebook also at Ask the Fat Doctors. And we will take your questions a little bit later on.
And I do want to plug the stats. We do have the blog up currently on the website.
Good.
You can get right on there and check in on the two blogs. I've already blogged on the S and the T. We're going to be covering A this week.
Okay, very good. Very good. And then coming up a little bit later on in the hour, as Jamie mentioned, we'll be talking to Claude Mitchell, who is the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation, and we'll be talking with him about the exciting things that they're doing there. We'll get back to the genetic predisposition that Jamie so emphatically wants to talk about. All of this is being sponsored by Chatricize and powered by the Billion Pound Blitz. All of that and more is coming up right after this on Ask the Fat Doctors.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions. and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking its toll on the brown community, which include African Americans, Mexican, Latinos, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP Multicultural Outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Ask the Fat Doctors. You know, the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time you learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make those first steps today.
And we are back here at Ask the Fat Doctors with myself, your host, T. Fox, along with NFL Network analyst Jamie Dukes and Braxton Cosby. Got a lot of great and fun things we're going to be doing this hour. We're going to be talking to Claude Mitchell, who's the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Also, we're going to be taking your questions from our website at AskTheFatDoctors.com. Don't forget, you can follow us at Ask the Fat Doctors. Also, you can hit us up on Facebook at Ask the Fat Doctors on Facebook.
Got a real good question came in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to do that, and we're going to be talking about genetic predisposition this time around, too. So what's you want to tell me what the question is about?
All right, well, I got a question came in.
Okay, what?
I'm going to go ahead and read it.
Did the question, like, overtake you or something? Did it throw you back?
Like well, I was wondering how I was going to bounce this, but I'm going to go ahead and just throw it out there now, and then we'll just kind of ski all the way down that hill.
Okay, all right.
All right, so this comes from a female in Atlanta.
Okay.
Her name is Please Don't Judge Me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And she said, I'm a 25-year-old female African American.
All right.
And I work out like a beast.
Okay.
Three times a week.
Sounds like me.
Really?
Right.
Like a beast?
Like a beast.
3 times a week.
Wow.
I had a look from somebody in here, and I don't even want to go there.
Wow. Jeez. Wow.
But we're just gonna move on.
You're gonna scare our guests.
Yeah, we're just gonna move on. And say my female workout partner, who happens to be Asian American, works out with me, and she has lost twice as much as I have over the last 3 weeks. What's up with that?
Because she's a double beast.
Double beast.
Well,
what's the level we can go to?
Here's the thing, Doc. We there's a phrase. I speak to doctors all across the country, I work with Johnson & Johnson as we try to go across the country and kind of spread the word about the diseases of excess weight, the virtues. As you know, my story is I have a band, a realized band, and it has really, in my mind, has saved my life. As a former athlete, we were trained as linemen, trained to consume large quantities of food at any given time.
Right.
But the long story short is that, what they're finding out and what they found out to be true is that when you have, you're consuming the foods that you're consuming, genetic predisposition plays a bigger factor than anything they could possibly think would happen. I.e., for example, before it was exercise, diet, that should keep you straight. And the realities is I'm big. My people big.
I'm big boned.
I'm big boned.
Big boned.
And
right.
big boned,
right.
why as crazy as that sounded.
I can't stand that phrase.
I know, but as crazy as big boned it sounded, that is the truth of the situation.
Because everybody is not supposed to be a size 0.
Right.
Everybody is not supposed to be a size 6, and that goes right into the genetic disposition. How much weight is too much weight to lose? In some situations, And some people get really, really, really focused and really, really, really consumed with trying to lose weight when that's just not how their body works.
I want to cut in right there.
Mm-hmm.
As you talked about what is. So we asked the question, what is my weight? What is my ideal weight? What is the amount of weight I should be losing? I tell people, I don't care how big you are. If you can go in to your primary care physician and have blood tests, have a full physical, chest x-ray, the whole 9 yards, blood draws, and get your cholesterol numbers and all that, blood pressure. If those numbers are fine, have a ball. But I can guarantee you that there's a link to you being overweight and having something on this chart be off.
But here's the problem, and I'll just speak to my own story with the genetic predisposition and the PCPs.
Now, what is the piece? What are
general
PCPs?
practitioners,
primary care,
primary care.
All right, just want to make sure everyone understands these, doctors.
I have a great doctor.
Okay.
But if it wasn't for my wife Angela doing the research, to show me about the Realize band, I would have never done it. And what the problem is what happens is you go to the doctor, you're 45 pounds overweight. Doctor says, hey, you need to exercise and diet. Here, I'll give you an exercise and diet to use. You go back. You're 55 pounds overweight. And as you heard Dr. Fulham talk about last week, every week, as you get older, you put on, 30 or some odd plus?
Well, it was 3 pounds.
A pound a month. He said a pound a month. And you can end up putting on, no, it was like a pound a week. It was a pound a week.
No, it was 3 pounds a year.
And over 10 years, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Over 10 years,
but
30 pounds.
the whole point is, and the problem is that
you want to give me more weight.
Yes, exactly.
I was trying to scare you to say you can work out 3 times a week like a beast.
I already did it.
Double beast.
Right. Sure this wasn't your question. It wasn't her question.
You sure it wasn't from T?
No. She said don't judge me. That's not her nickname.
Okay. Don't judge me.
Her nickname is I'm going to judge you.
But the point is that you need tools. Because there are people who, because as I tell doctors all the time,
when you say tools, you need tools. What kind of tools?
Tools, for me, it's the Realize band.
Right.
It was, for some people who are morbidly obese, it could be bypass. And the differences in the two are that,
the option.
Right.
Yeah.
And the severity of your obesity. The people you see on The Biggest Loser, the reality is, and it's a great show, but the problem is those folks, they need a bariatric solution. Because they're gonna, in most of the cases, they come right back to where they were. It's because they're genetically predisposed. So a tool like bariatric surgery is one tool along with exercise and diet. The way I've been able to lose 120 pounds, I'm doing the same thing I was doing pretty much before I had the procedure.
Right.
But because I have the tool of the band, and again, I'm not advocating this for everybody. What I'm saying is that
there's different options and there's different solutions for everyone.
And but beyond that, you have to look at yourself. And you have to say to yourself, if you're morbidly obese, and if everybody in your family is obese, exercise and diet, I promise you, is not going to get it done.
Well, when you say that, Jamie, and you just brought up The Biggest Loser, what are you saying about the folks who are on that show? They have the bone structure that, where they're considered
but the
big
boned.
Do you think that that's not true?
You can sweat anybody down, but let's look at what happens after.
Right.
How many of them, after they get out of the show, end up going right back to where they were?
Well, let's talk about also the influence of cultural diversity. Okay, you take a lot of the Eastern philosophy.
Oh, I thought
cultures.
you were gonna go, since you're light skinned and I'm dark skinned.
Yeah, no, I didn't know where he was going with that. That's why I was kind of looking at him out of the corner of his eye.
No, I wasn't gonna go there. What I was saying is, think about it. The Eastern cultures over there, they don't eat a big old heaping helping of food. So you get them down in their weight, they stay there because that's what they normally consume. Over here in Western culture, man, we eat it all. And
buffet,
we're taught.
But even then, though, Doc, I'm telling you, still, even with that, as I say, I always tell people, let's do the size 2 test. And the size 2 test is, we all know somebody who is a size 2 that eats 4 times as much, or a guy that's 185 pounds or 195 pounds.
And he eats like a
pig,
right?
And he stays the same. And the reason he does is because he's genetically predisposed.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Are you getting a little worked up over there?
Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it's more than just because the truth of the matter is what happens with people is they get so tied up into playing people games. Oh, how dare you have X? Why? How dare you take a shot? Or how dare you take medicine? Because all I have to do is exercise and diet. Right. Well, that's because you're genetically. That's just right. Like saying, T, you're a pretty person. That's like you bragging because you're pretty. Right. God made you that way. You could be ugly as the bottom of my shoe.
I got it from my mama.
You had nothing to do with being who you are.
I got it from my mama. If you go in,
and I'll back Jamie up on a couple of points here. One is that, your metabolism, you can get that. That's genetic. Some people just have a great metabolism. I don't want to use that as a crutch to say, oh, yeah, you just got great metabolism. That's not the only reason. But some people can ramp those numbers up on their metabolism much higher quicker.
Sure.
Also, what you can be predisposed of, there's two philosophies. One, if you talk about fat cells, the size of your fat cells, you can be predisposed to have bigger fat cells. He's looking at me. Or I'm gonna turn around. Or you could have the number of fat cells predisposed. So there's two philosophies on it. Like, do I have a greater number of fat cells compared to the next person, or are my fat cells smaller than theirs?
Well, see, now that goes back to I think probably to your whole stats piece we talked about, so you can get a real grip on your numbers. We're going to be talking to Claude Mitchell, president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation, and he's going to get a little bit more into some of those other solutions, Jamie, that we talked about. And we're going to be talking about our favorite Christmas gifts. We're going to do that a little bit later. This is Ask the Fat Doctors. It is our Christmas edition, sponsored by Chatrasize and powered by the Billion Pound Blitz. All of that and more we're going to have coming up right here on Ask the Fat Doctors. And don't forget to submit, just as Braxton just read, submit your questions to us at askthefatdoctors.com. What's that? Is that really
no,
me?
I'm judging you.
No,
she's.
So
judge me.
No, yeah.
She said, "I'll judge you."
See, I don't think she. I don't think you're a judgmental person, T.
I'm not. Not at all.
You're the sweetest, but
I'm just protecting the integrity of the person who submitted the question. I knew it wasn't you. That's what I'm saying.
T, your name would be I'm judging you.
No, I said that is her name, not that it would be. She told me before we got on.
See, that's wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to do something to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having my back, JD.
I see you wearing out over there.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Ask the Fat Doctors. We'll have Claude Mitchell, and we'll keep talking about this genetic predisposition thing. All of that and more after this on Ask the Fat Doctors.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
Hey there, this is T Fox. I got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight, drop a few pounds? Well, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun. But you're absolutely wrong. It is time to get your Chatrasize on. You've tried a lot of things. You've tried jogging, you've tried aerobics, but not much fun, right? Well, Chatrasize is just for you. Chatrasize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and other line dances, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatrasize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatrasize. Boomers Chatrasize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives and will be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatrasize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatrasize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatrasize on today. Log on to chatrasize.com. That's CHACHER size.com. And here we are. We are back with the Christmas edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with Jamie Dukes, Dr. Cosby, and myself, T. Fox. Thank you so much for all the questions that you guys are submitting at AskTheFatDoctors.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at AskTheFatDoctors. And today's Ask the Fat Doctors appointment is with Mr. Claude Mitchell. He is the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you, T.
And I think that Mr. Dukes or Dr. Dukes is what he likes for me.
Well,
to
no,
call
that's
him.
it. No, I only get to be Dr.
You
Dukes
know,
in the frenemies segment.
Oh,
I only
which is
get
okay.
one segment of the show where I'm actually a clinician.
Okay, and that's coming out.
No? Yeah, the AMA closed him down. They shut him down on that.
Right, that's Dr. hyphen slash colon semicolon.
Yeah. But I mean,
dot,
so it won't be in this segment, but it's a great tease for the next segment when I get to be
right, when you get to be a doctor. We'll do that.
Alex Baldwin gets to play a pilot on TV and all that kind of stuff. So
that's right.
Anyway,
right.
Good to see you, Claude.
And old boy gets to play a clown. So what's the comparison? I'm not sure.
Wow. You just went there with that.
You opened the door.
You just went there with that.
Merry Christmas, and thank you guys for having me
on. Welcome.
Who am I talking to here? Is this Dr. Dukes, Dr. Dre, or Jamie? Who is it?
Well, you don't.
When did you become a doctor?
I might let you.
Did you go to medical school last week?
No, that's why he has the dots.
I
and
have
the
a degree. I have my
slashes.
doctorate in streetology.
Streetology.
Yes, and
you
again,
got that from Florida State University.
That is the Harvard of the South.
Ooh.
And so.
Oh, I thought that was University of Miami. Hold on, hold on, player.
Hang on. Hey, how about this? How about Harvard beat us in basketball?
Right.
Because they were mad because we were using Harvard of the South thing, so they wanted to pay us back. We're going to show you who real Harvard is. But anyway.
I saw that.
Okay,
Mr. Mitchell, it's great to see you. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be here. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays to you.
I have to tell you, Claude is a friend of mine, and I truthfully headlocked him into taking the role as the president of our foundation.
You're good. You're good with that headlocking thing.
I know it.
Yeah.
I make a compelling argument.
You do.
We both been victimized with that.
I was about
to
say, I think I got
here.
Yeah.
That's how we got
So
here.
you guys got headlocked.
Yeah,
I got body slammed.
Yeah. Well, I got, slammed a couple times, headlocked,
But that's how it works.
Uh-huh.
But talk a little bit about some of the things that we're doing with the foundation. And, since you've been here, I mean, you've been just a great impact to, Claude comes from corporate background. And, if we're going to make an impact, I believe, in this community,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean this community as in the community
The whole.
yes,
Yeah.
as a
Mm-hmm.
whole,
As a whole.
you've got to have great leadership, and you have to have have the people that have a global sense of not only where you are today, but where you're going in the future. And just kind of talk about the foundation and kind of some of the things that you see happening here in the near future.
Well, certainly. And Jamie, actually, we kid, but this is a labor. This has become a true labor of love for me. It did take some convincing, but not much, because I believe in the mission of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Given your personal testimony, which I'm certain that many in the audience are familiar with, you being a retired NFL football player who has lost a bunch of different teammates over the years to diseases of excess weight. And
I thought you were going to say when you said that. I thought you were going to say
a bunch of weight.
No, a small child.
Well,
when you lose 100 pounds, that's a child. So that's what I thought.
Well, I want to be.
Give yourself credit.
I would like to be invited back, so I figured I'd save that for the next segment. But this truly is a labor of love for me. I came on board simply because I wanted to be a part of something successful. And given what we're doing with the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation, how we're working with organizations in our community, churches and community centers, and as a matter of fact, we're even starting now to work with large corporations. We're working with the city of Atlanta, working with all of these organizations to try to help them identify and provide them with tools that will help them and their employees and ultimately our members live and eat more healthy.
And let me pose a question. You had made reference to the mission of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Tell me more about what the true mission is.
I think the mission is fairly simple. When you think of foundations, let me give just a little bit of background, if I may, T. Jamie and his beautiful wife, Angela, started the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation primarily because it started with his own condition. And I think you guys on the air are aware that Jamie had, after he retired, he had gotten, as he likes to say, a biscuit over 400 pounds.
Oh, he was. He was. That's my friend. He was
Boy,
real
I
juicy.
wish
Juicy.
I knew him then.
Oh, that was my friend.
Was he shiny too?
Heavy
he was
D
shiny
had
too.
nothing on. Heavy D.
Nothing.
But
Oh yeah, he was
juicy.
he was juicy and shiny and all that.
But after he took on the task of trying to figure out what he was going to do with his own situation, how he was going to live a more healthy life, and after he had the surgery, the bariatric surgery, which allowed him to lose significant amounts of weight, he and his wife recognized that there were other people who could benefit from what he was doing, what he had done himself. So they established this foundation, and the primary mission of this foundation is to be able to utilize the assets that we have in our foundation. Let me talk a little bit about those for a second, and I'll come back and then we can talk a little bit about them in some detail. But he established the first program called the Billion Pound Blitz. It is a very aggressive program that is designed to create good-natured competition between organizations, departments within organizations, to lose 1 billion pounds all across the world in the course of 1 year. Now, one might say 1 billion pounds, is that achievable? We want this to be a very, very aggressive goal, and Jamie's vision is that we can do this. If we don't strive for anything great, we won't achieve anything.
Yeah.
And it needs to be aggressive because this is serious business.
Indeed, it is. And so through this initiative, what he's been able to do somewhat uniquely from other programs out there similar to this one is to be able to utilize his brand, the affiliates that he's developed, and the relationships that he's developed with other folks who have brands and who are celebrities, both in entertainment and in sports, as an incentive for helping people to do what some might say that we should do anyway, and that is to live healthily.
What are some of those? What are those incentives when you talk about the incentives? What are those types of incentives?
There are a number of different things. One of the things that we did just recently with the city of Atlanta is that we had a program where we were rewarding the folks there who we had a competition where we were looking at the one individual who would lose the most weight. And that person was rewarded with a trip out to the NFL Network studios, where they were given a tour. They were able to sit in on some show recordings and be able to get an inside look of what goes on in recording a live television show.
And what Jamie does every day.
And what he does every day.
I wasn't there.
Oh.
No, I got in because of the schedule, because to Claude's point, he was an employee of the city of Atlanta. And so because their schedule put them in a situation where they could only be there from Thursday till Saturday. I actually wasn't going out, and I was planning on being there, but my daughter actually was in the homecoming court, and so I had to be there for baby girl.
Absolutely.
My baby girl in the homecoming court. So they were out there, and Willie McGinnis, who's a former Patriot and all-pro player, did a great job of entertaining them while he was there, and so it was just a great time.
Indeed it was. But the thing that's unique about it, T, as you can imagine, is that you get a person who is a regular person who in many cases idolize these athletes or these entertainers, and you give them an opportunity to say, look, you get out there, you achieve these goals that you set. If you win these programs that we put out there, we're going to give you an opportunity to do something that very few people get a chance to do. So we use these kinds of incentives to help people achieve the goals and to keep them pressing through these tough times.
And what is the website for folks who may want more information about how they can get involved with Put Up Your Dukes Foundation, Claude?
Well, you got it. The website for the foundation is www.puyDF.org. PUYDF stands for the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation.
That's easy enough.
That's very easy. So anybody who wants to go out and learn anything about our foundation, about some of the events that we're working with, some of the things that we have planned for 2012, we invite you to go out there and take a good look.
And this appointment, T, was brought to you by the AARP. Do you realize the diseases of excess weight are really taking their toll on the brown community? You know, and that community includes African Americans, Mexican, Latinos, and individuals of Asian descent. And that's why the AARP's multicultural outreach is taking the lead to provide relevant tools like Ask the Fat Doctors as a means to help people get a better understanding of the diseases of excess weight. You know, and the AARP, a lot of people think the AARP is just discounts, but they're a whole lot more than that. They can help you from the standpoint of financial literacy. They can help you manage your money, manage your mortgage debt, your consumer debt, and they can also give you strategies to maintain healthy credit. So, you know, we encourage people also, as one of the partners of the Ask the Fat Doctors program, to log on to www.aarp.org for more information.
And actually, the Ask the Fat Doctors appointment with Claude Mitchell actually was brought to you today by AARP, and we want to thank them for that. Coming up, we're going to be talking to Jamie Dukes, or Dr. Dukes, a little bit more about frenemies.
Need some more respect.
Right. We're going to talk about frenemies, and he's going to tell you what that's all about. Also coming up, we're going to be talking to some other folks about some of their favorite Christmas gifts. And Hold On Playa, which is one of our favorite segments right here at Ask the Fat Doctors. All of that and more coming up right after this.
I'm Jamie Dukes, retired NFL player and current NFL Network analyst. The diseases of excess weight are taking its toll on the brown community, which include African Americans, Mexican, Latinos, and individuals of Asian descent. That's why the AARP Multicultural Outreach is taking the lead to provide you with relevant tools like Ask the Fat Doctors. You know, the AARP is more than just discounts. Did you know the AARP has cutting-edge programs to help boomers take the first steps towards financial freedom? We can help you devise a strategy to manage your money, control your mortgage debt, control consumer debt, and give you the strategy to maintain healthy credit. Boomers, it's time you learn everything AARP has to offer. Log on to aarp.org and make those first steps today.
Do you have questions about how to manage your weight problem? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds? Do you need to lose 100 pounds? I'm Dr. Braxton Cosby, and I want to tell you about AskTheFatDoctors.com. Log on and submit your excess weight-related questions, and we will guide you to the right weight management solution to get the job done. For those of you who are battling diseases like sleep apnea, breast and prostate cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and other comorbidities, the truth is, excess weight is in many cases a contributing factor. AskTheFatDoctors.com wants to help you. We've assembled an army of the best doctors in the world to get you the answers you need to get that weight off, which may be hampering your quality of life. At AskTheFatDoctors.com, privacy is our motto. Your questions will be submitted in a secure environment, and we will respond directly to you. You have our word on that. So log on to AskTheFatDoctors.com and find the solutions you need to get that excess weight off and fight the diseases of excess weight.
And you are back for the Christmas edition of Ask the Fat Doctors with myself, T. Fox, Jamie Dukes, and Dr. Cosby.
See, T, you screwed that up already. This is the only segment I get to be a doctor.
Oh, geez.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
she was focused on getting me.
I was focused on making sure he was straight.
This is the only chance I get to be a doctor. And
oh, geez. Okay, Dr. Dukes.
Yeah, and Dr. Dukes is frenemies. This is all about frenemies.
And to explain to us again about what this whole frenemies thing is about.
Frenemies is a real simple concept. If you look at the failures in your life, I guarantee you one, if not all three of these frenemies are at play. The first is friends, whether it be fair weather friends who, you know, if things are going the way they wanted to go, then it's cool. But as soon as you want to use the voice of reason, then all of a sudden it becomes a problem and they have issues with you.
Right.
The other one is family, because really only family can tell you, you know,
tell you anything they feel like they want to say.
Right.
Because that's
true.
the trump card they have.
Right.
Sure.
You know, baby, you know, you don't need to be wearing them tights in
and you know what? And
a
you
size
know,
29.
Don't you need to drop a few pounds?
Exactly. Yeah. Only mama can do that to
for
you.
Sure. You be like,
not that's my baby.
Oh, yeah. You calling my baby ugly.
Exactly. And then the last one is the friend that's the enemy on the inside. And that's that voice that talks to us. And the reason that voice is so dangerous, and I didn't mention this last time, is because that is also the voice that has encouraged us when people didn't believe in us.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what? So
it's a familiar voice.
Okay, what does that voice say to you?
Well, then that voice says, you know what? When you're at work and people are saying you can't get this job and you can't, for me, because I wasn't drafted in the NFL, I could have quit because I didn't get drafted, even though I was a 4-time All-American.
Sure.
But it was that same voice that said, look, man, you need to pursue your dream because you've got what it takes to do what you have to do. So that's why that voice is so dangerous.
Is that the same voice that a lot of these MLB players are having too, to say, take another shot? They ain't gonna catch you unless you win the MVP, and then they test you 3 more times.
It is that same voice.
Yeah, it is that
because
voice.
it's a friendly, familiar voice that has been a voice to encourage you. And the problem is that voice doesn't have a filter.
Well, it encourages you or it discourages you. Either one, whatever it wants to do at that particular moment.
But a lot of times, well, the thing about it, that voice, I don't know as much as discourage you as it doesn't care what the costs are.
Right, exactly.
In other words, that's the voice that lets you take those 12 drinks at the club.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's Now I'm going to go way back on you. That's the voice that lets you freestyle back in the day and not worry about.
Well, not worry about the consequences.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's just say that, the consequences.
Yes. And that was that voice. And it wanted that voice wants what it wants, and it doesn't care who it walks over.
Right.
But today's recipient of Frenemies is, I want to talk to you about Patty LaBelle. And you
mean the great
Patty?
I love Patty LaBelle.
Patty.
You want to talk about sang? Matter of fact, that's not right. Sang.
She can sing.
She can sing.
Well,
but she can also
nag.
Go. I mean, bananas. She is truly the definition of the not so glamorous side of diva.
Yeah, I mean,
she is the epitome. I'm telling you.
And I mention that because I wonder what weight maybe, because she's also been one that's kind of gone up and down. Yo-yoing a little bit. We've seen Oprah yo-yo over the years.
Sure.
Excuse me, yo-yo over the years.
Leave Oprah alone.
I love Oprah.
I
love
Oprah.
Me some Oprah.
Remember that episode when she came out with the wagon?
Oh yeah. With all the
meat. When it was fat. It wasn't meat. It was fat.
Right.
She didn't lose meat.
Yeah. But I'm curious to your point, Doc, about what the relationship is between fat, being overweight, or being heavy, and anger.
Now what does that have to do with Patty? Because you brought Patty.
No, because Patty has been known for going off.
Can I please tell you that I know that personally?
Yes.
Because she is just she just goes off for like no reason and does this diva thing on you, and you'd be like, really, Patty, really? But Patty's not overweight. Well, Patty's a diabetic now.
Well, but
she's overweight.
But she's been.
But she's considered overweight.
She might not be obese, but she's overweight.
Oh,
and she's
that
been
goes
up
back
and
to
down.
Genetic disposition, I think.
Yeah, I mean, she has truly been up and down, and I am curious as to, from a clinical perspective, exactly what the ties are. Because think about it, just naturally, when we're feeling good about ourselves,
right?
And you carry your body
shut
differently.
Up, Doc. You don't know anything about this. You've been like that all. What are you talking about? You need to sit down and be quiet.
What is he?
2 cheeseburgers away from a quarter pounder.
This is what
ridiculous.
Is he? 6'5", 6'4", 6'5", 180 pounds.
No, I'm 215. I'm 215.
Yeah, lean, mean, agile, mobile,
I was about
to
say a lean, mean fight machine, right?
But I guess you're speaking from your patients or something. People you train or something like that.
I'm looking at it from a different perspective.
Okay.
How about being insecure? So you kind of become that person who's ready to hit before people hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So you carry this demeanor about you, and you know something ain't right. And within yourself, that friend of me thing is talking. And the minute you see them look at you cross a little bit, you hit first, because I believe that hurt people hurt people.
That's right, absolutely.
And they hit first, so that now you on a defense, so that way you can't attack.
Mm-hmm.
So they put you in a certain juxtaposition, and there you can't do it.
Okay, so you're saying because when you're carrying extra weight,
could you spell that?
Or if you, he's a doctor. Now you should know that.
Just the position. What does that mean?
I got a new one. I would pontificate on that, but I'm gonna just leave it alone.
Good.
You know
Okay.
what?
So
Did you get that one, Dr. Duke?
He's gonna go with opine next.
You know, Dr. Duke.
He's
Come
gonna
on now.
opine in a minute.
You
on
know,
something.
where is your degree? You should have all these
No, I don't.
words in your
I'm
vocabulary.
a street doctor. I'm a man of the people.
Oh,
Wait a minute now.
I'm a
Are
street
you
doctor.
are you a
Man
corner
of the people.
pharmacist? Because we want to keep that out. That's a family
you
show
a
now.
man of the
I'm
people.
a man of the people. Yeah, I'm just
A man of the
I'm
people.
a man of the
Gotcha.
people. I'm the people's doctor.
The people's
Like Dr.
people's
Phil.
people.
What kind of degree does he have?
Right, the people's doctor.
Yeah.
I got
I'm
you.
a man of the people. But I just recognize it
Man.
just seems like and as you mentioned, she is a diabetic.
Right.
It just seems like there are anger ebbs and flows that go along sometimes with it. And I don't know whether that's
But that does go to diabetes. That does go
with being diabetic.
Yes.
The ebbs and flows of your mood.
Yeah, when you're at that when you don't have enough glucose.
Okay. So what does that do to your
cranky.
mood?
People get cranky.
Cranky. Okay.
Because they can feel it systemically. Something's not right, and they can get a little cranky.
Okay, but just a minute. But that's another one. Just write it down. Write it down.
Ask what the word was.
Write it down. Write it down. Look it up. Write it down. So listen. So Doc, you said that when someone's carrying extra weight, that makes them that also makes them cranky. You're saying that when they carry extra weight,
It should be Mary.
No, that's true. You would think, fat and jolly, but no, but there's something to this,
right.
That bears getting to the bottom of, and and over the course of time, fortunately, I think we're going to get some clinical psychologists on to kind of come on, to talk about it. But I just noticed that it was so ironic that as beautiful a voice as Patty has,
fantastic.
I'm just amazed at how, the stories that I continue to hear about her temper.
Really?
And her going off, and you said, T, you've had some personal experience kind of seeing that.
And quite frankly, I don't have to ever work with Patty ever again because of those temper tantrums like that. And you never, and this is the thing with Patty, you never know when they're coming.
Right.
Because she's the sweetest, she's the sweetest lady. And then all of a sudden, how your head turns around like The Exorcist or something, and then you're like, okay, Patty, really?
I want to believe that some of that is attributed to the hyperglycemic.
I want to believe that too, because I just am such a huge fan.
The hyperglycemic.
And I hate when I just hate.
Did you write that down?
Yeah.
Look that one up too. Write it down.
Does that begin with a Y?
That starts with a H. With a G and an L and a Y somewhere in there.
Okay.
Right.
Glycemic advantage. I heard
index or something.
Right.
Dr. Dukes.
We gotta go to break.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And you know what? We're gonna keep the laughing going because you know why? Hold On Playa is coming up next, along with a very, very special congratulations that we have for someone special right here in the studio. We're gonna do that coming up after this.
Skinny, narrow.
182. What is it?
215
something. Hey there, this is T Fox. I got a question for you. Are you looking for a way to lose some of that excess weight, drop a few pounds? Well, if you said, why, yes, I am, you're probably thinking losing weight can't be much fun. But you're absolutely wrong. It is time to get your Chatricize on. You've tried a lot of things. You've tried jogging, you've tried aerobics, but not much fun, right? Well, Chatricize is just for you. Chatricize is based on the super popular cha-cha slide, the shuffle, and other line dances, all the ones you've enjoyed at family reunions, at parties, and during a night on the town. In addition to our traditional Chatricize workout, we're also proud to offer Boomers Chatricize. Boomers Chatricize is for our seasoned folks in the prime of their lives and will be sure to get everything moving and flowing. Chatricize is affordable for everyone. For only $9.95 plus shipping and handling, get the workout routine that will change your life. I know you've heard it before, but this is for real. Chatricize will change your life. And Boomers, we have an AARP discount of $7.95 plus shipping and handling for you. So you know what to do. Get your Chatricize on today. Log on to chatricize.com. That's ChacherSize.com.
Hi, family. This is Claude Mitchell. I'm the president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation. Here today to talk to you about one of our initiatives called the Billion Pound Blitz. The Billion Pound Blitz is a grassroots initiative that has an ambitious goal of losing 1 billion pounds annually. That's right, I said 1 billion pounds. Did you know the diseases of excess weight are taking a toll on the brown community, which includes African Americans, Mexicans, Latino, and individuals of Asian descent? Truth of the matter is that we can't afford not to do something. Did you know the U.S. government spent $165 billion last year on excess weight-related illnesses? That's more than they gave all the Wall Street banks combined for the bailout. If you're interested in more information on how you can be a part or how your organization can be a part of this movement, log on to www.billionpoundblitz.com. Once again, that's www.billionpoundblitz.com.
And we are back with one of our favorite segments that we have a whole lot of fun with, called Hold On Player.
I got the Hold On Player for you.
You got it?
You know, it's hard to make this money.
It is.
And
it's hard out there for a pimp.
It is hard
out there.
It's hard out there
especially for a pimp.
Especially for an angry short little pimp that plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. His name is Harrison.
Oh,
I was talking to Rodney.
Oh,
I was talking to
James
Warren Sapp the other day.
Okay.
And he was telling about he'd been in communication with James Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
James Harrison was talking about quitting the game. And the text that he sent him was, I'm about to lead this old soft behind league. But he said something else.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Hold on, player. Where are you going to make with your little angry, short little rump?
Right.
That cut $7-8 million a year.
He gonna become wrestler?
Like
The Rock?
The next job he will have, if he gets another job, it'll be paper or plastic. That's what they'll be asking at Wall. I mean, who would hire?
You know what? Hold on, player. Hold on. That is a hold on player.
Can you imagine this dude thinking about calling it quits? Like, NBC is going to call you.
Right.
Or like you was going to walk into some executive's office.
And every time you see James Harrison, he's mean mugging you.
Yeah.
Always mean mugging.
And I like him as a player. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, for sure. He's a beast.
When you start a team, I want the little angry man.
If that's your team, if you're a Steeler fan, you don't mind what he's doing at all.
No, any team would take it. But I was just shocked. And I was sitting there telling Warren, I said, Warren, did you talk him down from the ledge? He said, of course I did. I told him.
but that hit last week. Come on now.
Well, no, but
that's HOP.
Well, but
that's
here's the
HOP too.
Here's the problem. What you have to forget is that it's in our DNA.
Well,
when you're trained to do this for a certain period of time, it's just in your DNA.
I got one off the hotline.
Okay.
They say a man at KFC asked for a vegetarian option. Now, come on. Hold on, player.
Hold on, player.
Is that like just give him the bone after you ate the meat off of it? I mean, what's the vegetarian option here?
Hold on.
Congratulations are in order too. Let's talk about your book, Doc.
Thank you.
It's called the Star-Crossed Saga.
Yes,
and it's called Proto-Star, which is the first book in a trilogy.
Yeah. Came out in September, and it's really moving. I really feel good about it. Getting a lot of good positive.
Now, moving which way? Moving
as in, up. We moving up.
Okay, I thought you meant like. I thought you said like moving, like.
Nah, nothing from the stars, nothing like that. But as far as book sales, just exposure, visibility.
Okay, where can someone pick it up? The Star-Crossed Saga.
I'm glad you said that.
Okay.
Because at first we were, mainly online, any online retailer, Amazon, Barnes and Noble online. But now, just got word from Barnes and Noble they're actually going to start carrying it in the stores.
Oh, congratulations! How about there, Doc? Okay, congratulations.
Can we get some fake applause? We got a boom.
I know that's what I was about to say.
Something like
that?
Yeah,
can we,
So praise the Lord for that. Praise the Lord.
Hey, absolutely.
Really
make sure you get a credit.
Start doing some signings at Barnes and Noble. So
we'll talk about Hallie knows for you there, Doc, after we get off a little bit later.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, very good.
Sounds good.
The Star-Crossed Saga, Proto-Star, is the first book in a trilogy, and then you'll be offering 2 other books.
Young adult romance. It's got Christian elements.
Now, did you get this approved by your uncle? Bill trying to troll you.
He actually has endorsed a little bit.
What did he do?
That on the wrap, but he's excited about it, and so am I. So we should be doing a couple of little signing things down the line. Kind of fix just a couple
little signing things.
Little uncle and nephew thing, with his new book.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
What's Bill's book about?
It's about why I'm here. kind of thing. I gotta get the title exactly, but yeah, he's
done some great things.
Yeah, he really has.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome role model. So
absolutely. Thank you again to everybody for submitting your questions at askthefatdoctors.com. Thank you so much for following us at Ask the Fat Doctors on Twitter. Happy holidays to everybody, and thank you so much for supporting what we do here.
Hold on now.
Yes.
Remember the Christmas gifts?
Oh yes, I was about to ask you as we go into the happy holidays.
You want to throw yours out first,
right?
Jamie?
Okay, so Jamie, what was your favorite Christmas gift?
Man, Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
You did not say Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Back
in the day, David.
It was the little football game. Where the things.
Oh, that football game, that was terrible.
It was, but at the time,
it was awful.
At the time,
it was. It was good until you started it up. You lined all the men up, but as soon as I vibrating, they went the opposite way, and you stopped blowing on them and trying to make them move the other way.
Okay, Doc.
That was it was such a sham too.
It really
was, because you couldn't throw the ball. You couldn't throw it.
A little soft.
It was.
But
how did you even get him to throw the ball?
But everybody had one, so you had to have one.
Yeah.
And we didn't, of course, we didn't get one.
And you hopefully got one with your favorite team on it.
Until they stopped making them. That was we just
$3.99 at the dollar store. Right. Okay, Doc. Favorite Christmas
one
gift?
year my cousin hooked us up and actually built a go-kart out of wood. Now the problem was
that's what happens for doctors.
No. I'm gonna break it back now.
Okay.
Where I came up from, we had no motor,
right.
so you just had to run. Somebody had to be behind you, run and push it, and then jump on the end. You only jump about 10 feet, but that was a fast, exciting 10 feet. You understand? So yeah, and no hills in Florida, so we had no.
I hear that.
You just rode straight. And what was your? Now I heard that you have a prospective favorite Christmas gift coming up.
That's right.
Do some technology.
That's right. I have a bunch of favorite Christmas gifts, but my favorite Christmas gift that's on the way will be an iPad 2, fully loaded. Fully loaded.
Now there's terms and conditions behind
that.
No, Claude Mitchell's still with us, by the way. Claude's got something to say.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on. No.
What kind of commitment are we talking about?
No, that's
please
from my
do know that special terms and conditions
will apply.
For an iPad 2.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In these hard academic times.
I will tell you that he boo-boo needs to be listening. For that
is this a commitment? Is there a 2-year commitment? Because most of these have 2-year commitments.
To go with the warranty?
Yeah. And if you break that commitment, you got to pay out like $6.99. Fees will apply.
iPad 2.
I think they get it back because he might put his name in. Because with those iPads, you can, like the phones, you can put your address in there and you go find it and report it stolen. So, if you ain't handling your business, you gonna turn around. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
My favorite Christmas gift is on the way.
All right.
And I hope my boo is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much for listening to this holiday edition of Ask the Fat Doctors. We'll be back in the new year. And when we come back in the new year, we're going to be talking about some really, really serious things, including the true and down and dirty, ugly effects of high blood pressure. We're also going to be talking about female athletes. Are they healthy or do they have health issues? And then we'll obviously be going back into our Hold On Player segment, some of those things that you guys really, really like. And also we're going to be introducing something fun and exciting called Battle of the Sexes. We want you to stay right here with Ask the Fat Doctors. You got something, Dr. Cosby?
Just want to say
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to everyone. Be safe. And remember those New Year's resolutions, too. We're going to talk about that.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Because everybody going to want to lose some weight.
That's right.
Also want to thank Claude Mitchell, president of the Put Up Your Dukes Foundation,
Thanks for being
all
here.
the great work that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a boatload of fun. It's going to be a great New Year. Stay tuned.
Happy holidays to you, JD.
Same to you guys.
Happy holidays, Doc.
Happy holidays to you, too.
All righty.
Be blessed.
We'll see you next time.
Hello, this is James Dukes. Happy holiday.